All right, on this video, we are going to write a method called print thirds that will print the first third of the string S on one line, the middle third of the string S on the next line, indented, and then the final third of the string S on the next line. So as an example, it says when you call the method print thirds with this value, whatever's, it will print WHA on one line, TEV on the next line, and ERS on the next line, like that. Okay? All right. So we are going to add this new method into our class. Remember that the method needs to go inside the class body, right? So between the curly braces that offset the class body, but not inside any other method. So I'm just going to make it a little bit lower than the main method, so we don't have to scroll all the way back up and down through the problem to get to the problem description and the code. The order in which you place the methods right inside the class body, it does not matter. Execution will always start at the main method. All right, so here they are specifically asking this method to print some stuff out. And so when it comes time to decide about the return type, if it's saying just print all the things, then the return type is just going to be void. And that means that there is no value returned out of this method. Okay, and then the name is print thirds, and the value of the parameter is, or the name of the parameter is S and of type string, because the input to the method is going to be a string. All right, and then we just need to do the printing. So remember, this is not just supposed to work for this specific example they give you. It's supposed to work no matter what the string is, subject to some reasonable assumptions that the word is long enough. It's going to have to be, long enough to get this effect right here. And it didn't say anything about making it perfect, right? Some words, it's not going to give you exactly the thirds on here. That's not the point. The point is just to give an example of a problem like this. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to get how long this string is, because that's going to come up. So this s.length will give us the length of whatever string is input inside here. All right, and then what I'm going to do is print out the first third. All right, and how I would do that is using the substring method. Remember, substring will I actually accidentally made this. I need to call this something else, len or something like that. S is the length of the string, or S is the string, right, the input parameter here, and then len is how long it is. So rather than having to keep type s.length and the computer keep calculating that, I just store it in the memory. All right, and so I'm going to use substring to get the part of the string starting at index 0, and then the index, the length divided by 3. This is integer division, right? I'm dividing two int, so it will chop off the decimal point. And so to test that out, right, I am going to just call this method print thirds with the test string, whatever's. Okay. For this one, because the method is doing the printing, then I don't need to encase it in system.out.println to see the result. All right. The only reason why I'm doing this is so that I can see, what's returned out of there. So when I run this, just took it a while. So there you can see, right, we have the WHA, the first third, right, is getting printed out here. All right, next up, I am going to print out the middle third. And again, I am going to do that with substring. All right, so I have to tell it where to start finding the substring at what index. And what I want to do is to start where this one left off, which will be ln len divided by 3. All right, and then I need to tell it where to end, where to stop picking that up. And in this case, it's going to be at the second third. So here I did length divided by 3, right? That's like length times 1/3. And so the next point where I want to stop is 2 times the length plus 3. Okay, so this is like 1/3 of the length. This is 2/3 of the length. And now you might say, hey, well, wait a second, shouldn't this be length plus 1, or len divided by 3 plus 1? But remember, substring doesn't take the character at the very last index here. And so this one will pick up right where the other, this other one left off. And it won't duplicate. All right, so you can see, right, here I have capital WHA, and then this line picks up right where the other one left off. All right. And so what I'll need to do is add indent this over. There's a couple ways you can do that. You can just put some spaces in there if you want, and then plus. So that's one way to do it. Another way is just to put the tab character in there, and that will tab over. Like so. All right, and then one more statement here, system.out.println. And then I want to pick up where this prior one left off, just like I did for the second print statement. So I want this to start taking characters from this string starting at this index, which is 2/3, right, of the way through the string. And then I don't need to put an end number, right, because with substring, if you don't put an end number, the method will take all the characters until the end of the string, and that's exactly what we want to do here. All right, so there we go. And so you can see it works with the example, but remember, right, it needs to work regardless of what the input is. All right, it has to be reusable. So if I do, this is a very long string value to print, right, it should automatically do that. Okay. All right, that's it on this one.